but I request you to stay on as I have some more news coming in. Canadian Prime Minister Carney and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz are discussing the war in Ukraine now and the situation in Gaza on the sidelines of the G20 summit in South Africa. According to a joint statement, the two leaders reaffirmed support for Ukraine and emphasized that any agreement must involve Kyiv directly and protect its fundamental interests and include concrete security assurances. Meanwhile, in Gaza, Carney and Merz reiterated support for the comprehensive peace plan to end the war and also agreed on the importance of allowing large-scale humanitarian aid to enter Gaza. I want to bring you back, Mr. Dr. Owen, to the discussion now with the latest statements that the leaders have issued from Canada and Germany. Do you see U.S. pressure on these nations mounting?
In American jargon, we have the expression backseat driver. And that's exactly what these two gentlemen, Carney and Merz, are. They're sitting in the back seat of the car. Mr. Trump is in the front seat as a driver, and Mr. Zelensky is in the front right seat as the passenger. And the passenger is the one who will decide what is in Ukraine's interests, not the backseat drivers. This is turning everything on its head. Mr. Carney and Merz are speaking as if they are the incarnation of Ukraine's interests. But regrettably for them, Mr. Zelensky is the one who's responsible for deciding what's in Ukraine's interests. And to all appearances, he is in agreement to sign this plan.
Right. Well, it was until only recently that Trump had said that Ukraine must accept the peace plan that's been drafted. But now he seems to have taken a U-turn of sorts in his statement when he was questioned by journalists, and he said that this is not the final peace plan that's been offered to Ukraine. What do you think led to that turn in Trump's statements and stance?
I think it's a tactical move to deflect attention away from himself and to protect the peace plan from the malicious help that the Europeans are trying to offer. I believe that the peace plan, as published in the last few days, is what will be signed. This is obviously only a directional peace plan. All 28 points are rather vague and are subject to refined negotiation. But that negotiation can come only after the general approval, the signature of the Ukrainians and the Russians is on that piece of paper. Until that time, there is nothing, and Mr. Trump was not satisfied with having nothing. The best possible time for resolving this issue is right now, before the Europeans have had a chance to put their heads together and decide whether they're going to confiscate Russian state assets and therefore have the money to help Ukraine next year. And while Mr. Zelensky is reeling under the consequences in his own country, his great loss of popularity due to the revelations of the corruption that surrounds him and has skimmed off hundreds of millions of euros from aid coming into Ukraine. This is the moment to strike. Mr. Trump understood that, and I don't believe that his remarks that you are making reference to indicate any postponement in the plans for signature.
All right, we'll watch out for that. Gilbert Doctorow, thanks for joining us here on NewsX World for now. And with that, viewers, let's move on to news from COP30.